I always wanted to be a number one on top of everything because I love to challenge myself. That was my thing always.
Tamara Machavariani, serial entrepreneur and Rush Global CEO, featured on Entrepreneur Magazine and Forbes list.
I started basically from nowhere. They talking about me that for sure somebody helped her. For sure there was someone. I can guarantee you that there was nobody. I did it all by myself. Failure is the one that teaches you how to move forward. I love failures. It's like my adrenaline.
What is the impact you want to leave behind?
I really want to tell all the women out there that...
In this episode, Tamara shares with us what's it like being a female boss running a whole food company, which is a male-dominant industry. She shared with us her challenges and what she does to maintain her sanity and a positive mind. We'll also get to know who was her inspiration as a child that inspired her to become the businesswoman she is right now. We dived into the mind of a CEO running multiple businesses. This episode is packed with so many insights. All right, before we kick off this episode, if you can do me the small favor and click on the subscribe button, I'll truly appreciate it, and it'll help me bring you more and more high performers to this show. This is the High Performance Mindset, and today's guest is Tamara Machavariani. Enjoy the show. Tamara, you've been on Forbes. You have a successful running business of whole food, multiple other ventures as well. How do you view running your business? You once described to me that it's like going to war without weapons.
Yeah. Hi, first of all, thank you for having me. Running a business in my industry, especially fruits and vegetable import and export, is not easy as a woman. Yeah, I'm in a war without weapon, but only the weapon I have is my mind that keeps me motivating daily, because to face such a things like selling a vegetables, which is the perishable product, it's not easy.
But what are the challenges you face, like mentally?
The mental challenge is that you need daily, you need to motivate yourself daily. It's like you are waking up and what you have to do now, what you have the problem, to solve the problem, how we solve the problem. So it's like a daily routine that you are facing the daily problems, then you have to find the solutions daily, that you need to basically solve the problems daily, yeah.
And even though, like, let's say now you're at a comfortable place, what keeps you going every day? What keeps that hunger in you?
Honestly, it's not a comfort zone that I'm in right now. What motivates me is that the goal that I have to achieve, and that's the most important thing that drives me to be strong and healthy daily. Yeah.
And what are your goals?
Well, can I keep it as a secret? It's kind of secret, so you will know soon. Yeah.
Okay. And so what is, for you, what do you see as a comfort zone?
Peace of mind. The peace is a comfort zone, which is very hard to get it. Like, you need to basically, what I do is I try to meditate daily. I try to pray a lot. So that's my restart for the second day, or during whatever I'm going through. If it's like a hard time, if you face any struggle or any problems during the day, all I do is like a switch off for a second, take a deep breath, think of nothing, like think of your mind, calm your mind, and open your eyes, and then restart again. That's what I do probably every once in an hour.
Okay, so now you said two interesting things that I like. So one, you said to meditate or to restart. Why do you feel that's important to you?
It's your brain is like a computer, I believe, and your brain needs to restart as well, to refresh. How you refresh the brain is only to take a deep breath, close your eyes, don't think about anything, let stress move, flow, and then you open your eyes and you feel that you're calm and you can face the problem.
Right. So if, let's say, the days that you missed out on your meditation, or
Yeah, there are days, yeah.
does it affect your decision making?
Yeah, it does.
How?
It does. I'm anxious, nervous. I can't find a solution. Like, it's very hard to find a solution when you are in the stress, like when you are going through stress. So making a decision while you're nervous or having a anxiety, it's I think I always make a wrong decision through that process. You need to first calm down and then you have to make a decision.
Why does it impact us to make the wrong decision when we're not calm?
When you are anxious, you want to get rid of the feeling very fast. And then whatever comes in your head, quick, that's the decision you think is right. But you just you really want to get rid of that feeling and you just make a decision. And then you when it's all over, then you look from another side and you okay, no, that's not what I wanted, because you were in a moment that you were not realizing what you were doing. You only realize, I believe, when you are on a calm state, that your brain is in a very calm state of...
You feel you have more clarity when you're making your decisions,
Yes.
or at least with your reasoning.
Yeah, you need that. Without clarity, it's just impossible.
Okay, and you also mentioned praying. Why is that important to you?
Brain is a mechanism that runs your body.
No, praying.
Praying.
Yes.
You said praying. I thought
Yes.
praying.
No.
Praying is that it's similar as meditation. It does the similar impact on your brain. It just, if you're religious, it helps even more because that's where your faith is. And if you have faith, then you have to pray. So you have to do where your faith is at.
Why is it important to you to have faith?
It is very important to... I believe without faith, the life will be so hard because that's what keeps us alive. Personally, me, I don't know others, but personally, me, faith is the thing that motivates me in a daily basis or in my life. Faith is that gives you the strength to move forward. So I believe a human being without faith is going to face a lot of challenges. You have to have a faith anywhere, somewhere, with anything. Yeah.
Okay, in terms of, want to understand your mindset a bit more. So maybe we can turn back some time and look into your childhood. What were your aspirations like when you were a child?
Okay, when I was a kid, I had a very successful grandmother, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So she was my motivator, as well as someone that I wanted to be I was always saying, when I grow up, I want to be my grandmother. She was my role model that planted the seeds. The person I am, she's the reason, because she planted all the seeds in me. So I'm very, from that time when I was, okay, whatever, just confused. So she was the one who was keeping me alive from that time, because in my childhood, we were very wild kids. So, in the teenage age, it's crazy. When she was going to work, I remember she was like a head of trade in that time in 90s. And I remember she had a desk. She used to write a lot in her office. So I imagined myself sitting in the same desk and being a boss. So that was kind of like in my brain all the time. Even till today, I kind of see myself being a boss, sitting, writing a thing, like probably assigning a document or
It's
something
what
like
you do,
that.
though.
Yeah, that's what I do actually.
But why do you feel you look at her in high regard? Like, there's a lot of people in your life. Why she was your inspiration?
She was the kindest and she was very humble. She loved people. I loved the way she treated people. She could forgive very easy.
Wow.
She never hurt anyone in her life, and she helped a lot of people. I remember that people used to come to her and ask her if she could find a job for them, and she did. She just helped a random person in a street. So that was kind of inspiration for me to copy her in that way, and I actually do the same. So I always help others. I always try to continue the job that she started, continue her path.
Her legacy.
Yeah, kind of.
Why do you feel it's easy to be, let's say, a CEO and at the same time be available for people?
You can always balance. It's your choice. You're making choice of what you want to do. If you choose to be a hardworking, busy bee, you can be. But again, there is a working hours. You can always have a time for family or friends. But it's again the priority, right? So if your job and work requires the most of the time and that's your priority, obviously that's where it's not like you call me and ask me, let's go out, and I say, no, I'm busy. I might not be busy, just like priority.
You can choose to give time to your
exactly
health or
Yeah,
other priorities.
100%. Because work doesn't consume 100% of your time. At the end, you get tired, you need to refresh. But with whom you want to refresh, it's your choice. Where you want to refresh, it's again your choice.
And socially, or let's say, while you started working as a female, did you face any discrimination?
Actually, I get that question a lot. No.
Okay. And mainly you worked here, right?
Yes. So when I came in Dubai, I was 20 years old. And I started basically from nowhere. And honestly, what I got from male was respect and support. So I don't want anyone to feel that, well, there is a kind of stereotype that it's a men-dominant world, it's men-dominant country. No, it's not. Dubai gives you to be more free, and it comes from the family, I believe, because Arabs, especially Emiratis, they respect their mother, sister, and wife in the very high level that they respect you in the same way. So I always hear that I would never do a wrong to a woman because I'm afraid that something same gonna happen to my females at home. So no, never had such a thing, any discrimination or anything like that.
And now, as you're running your businesses, do you feel any discrimination being a female boss?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a discrimination, but it's again that manpower and woman power is completely different thing, right? My industry sometimes requires a different communications. All the problem starts that I'm the only female in the industry as the owner of the company, which makes it hard because obviously you cannot hang out or visit men-dominant companies. It doesn't look good. Again, because it's a gossips, rumors gonna start, which I'm trying to avoid as much as I can. So this way, I don't know if it's the discrimination, but it's my choice not to be all over the place.
And socially, does it, are there stereotypes as you being a female boss?
Socially, not really, not here, not in the Middle East. In my country, they still cannot believe that it's impossible. I hear the rumors, they talking about me that for sure somebody helped her. For sure there was someone. And I can guarantee you that there was nobody. I did it all by myself. Here, no, they believe you, they lift you up. They totally believe you, but in my country, no, it's still very hard to...
Why do you think that happens?
Probably because the person that happened to them, and they judge you on their, from their opinion, like, because probably they cannot do anything without anyone's support, or maybe they can do, but they need a little courage. Maybe I couldn't do it if I didn't engage the courage and motivated myself. But I believe they cannot do it without anyone's support. And that's why they judge you from their perspective.
Do you think it's more because of the environment they're in, or is it their personal way of thinking?
I think it's their personal way of thinking, because everything is changing right now. There is no such a thing man can and woman cannot, or it's changing. It's not there anymore. So I believe in my country there is a lot of females. We have a female president. So just believe it, take it. You can also do it. Don't be aggressive on other females. Don't hate. Just, yeah.
So mentally, like usually females, how do they discourage themselves?
Support each other. I mean,
No,
discouraging.
how do they,
We're talking about them, not believing them. I believe not believing another woman to be a successful, it's already a discourage. You're already sending them a very, very negative energy. So, and not supporting.
That reflects your own mindset,
It does, yeah, of course. Whatever you say, it comes back to you. So you always have to be very careful what you talk and what you say. So if you are talking about other person that she's bad, she's doing this and that, that's coming back to you. And that's why you are not growing in your life. So that's why I always say that positive thinking is very important, regardless. You have to keep telling people, I love you, I respect you, I support you, all this, so you can get the same back from them, at least from universe.
So you see positive thinking is something outward, it's something you do. It's not just something in your head, like...
I practiced. I mean, it's a practice. You cannot be forever positive, or you are not born. You are born, you are nobody. You don't have feelings, you don't have emotions. And while you're growing up, it depends how your parents will raise you, right? What they teach you. So obviously, the environment that I was growing, it was not that positive that it was 90s. It was totally darkness in my country. So, but you learn how to be a positive. You choose to be positive. So
how did that help you growing up?
It helps a lot. It, like, believe it or not, that's how world works. That's how universe works. You say positive things, you believe in positive things, and that's what comes back to you. So, I mean, when something bad happening, and you cannot avoid that. So when something really bad happening, I try to switch my negative thinking on adding on positive thinking, and that's what motivates me. And then here we go. We see a sun again. Yeah.
And growing up so Were you close with your grandmother?
Yeah, very close. Super close, yeah.
What do you feel the values that she instilled in you?
Oh, wow. Yeah, the kindness, supporting others, never harm anyone. It's very strange that we're talking about her. Actually, I always have, when I'm going through a very difficult time, I put her picture on my screen. So it's like I feel like she's my guardian angel, so protecting me in a way. So I always kind of see her face everywhere. Yeah, she was an angel, and she's an angel now. So yeah, she was an amazing human being. There are people talking about her and about her kindness. So she did a remarkable job.
What do people say about her?
She was extremely supportive, extremely kind. She loved everyone. She was as well hard worker. She did everything by herself. That time, being that successful was she was also the only female on her industry. So that's very, very weird thing, right? So it's like, it's not a coincidence that I have that. So why I choose that path.
Yeah.
So it's not a coincidence. It's just somehow she planted a seed, and then seeds start growing, and then, like you have all that when you grow up, becoming not her, but copying her.
Taking the good traits.
Things from she never had the bad things.
Mashallah.
I don't remember, not even once.
Bless her.
Yeah.
What is it called? How do you look at being competitive? Like growing up, you always did sports?
Yes, I did a lot of sport, even though I hated, but I did because my mom never gave up on me. She was like, go do, like I used to play tennis. I used to dance Georgian folklore dance, and I did everything, literally everything. But I never liked it. I also forced myself today of doing sport. It's like, you have to, your body needs, your mind needs. But again, I'm lazy.
So you said your mom pushed you to do sports, live an active life, I guess. But how did you look at sports?
I was lazy, and I really hated. So I was forced, and when I was forced, and I would rather play with my friends in the yard than going playing tennis. But I was forced to do a sport. So my mom was like, okay, for a month I was playing tennis, and another month I was going to a dance, another month, it was my routine. I was getting bored, and I hate it because I don't know, till now, today, I hate the physical activities. Like,
you don't feel any mental growth came from it?
Yes, it's giving you a kind of discipline. And even school, it gives you, even you hate to go to school. That's where you learn the discipline, right? So yeah, sport was the thing that really taught me how to behave and how to hit right. So it's like, for me, tennis was a very very great sport. Today, even like once a week, or maybe sometimes 3 times a week, I play tennis. And it's not like because I want to play, it's just like my body is asking me to play.
Do you see any relation in terms of you being as a player, playing tennis, and let's say running your business or operating in other areas in your life? Do you see there's a connection?
You mean if sport is helping me to manage the
how you manage your sports?
Okay.
Does it affect how you manage other areas of your life?
Not now, not anymore, because tennis is kind of subconscious things for me already. It's like when I play. Well, okay. here's the thing. It's kind of meditation because you really concentrate on when you play the tennis. You really concentrate on a game because you don't want to lose. So that helps you to refresh your brain and again to restart for the day. But like for me, I'm lazy and I don't like to play sport. So even if it helps, I choose not to.
And as a kid growing up, when you played sports, were you competitive?
Yeah, pretty much I was competing. Yeah, that was my thing always. I always wanted to be a number one on top of everything.
Why?
Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
It was not aggressive or because I love to challenge myself in a way that when someone is telling you cannot do it, I'll show you I can. Everything is possible. So.
And why do you think some other people can have different opinion on being competitive?
Probably it's their path and then how they feel like. I cannot really talk about some other people, how they think and what they choose to be. But for me, being competing is not a thing. We don't compete. We complete in a way that we complete each other everywhere, right? So if you are my player, I will play against you, but I'm gonna play with you. You get it? Like, it's something that very important. You don't like hammer another person. You just like don't kill them and don't destroy them. You just like, yes, competing in a way that you complete them as well. Like you don't make them feel that they're the losers or they're the horrible person or things like that. You're just doing it in a nice way.
I won, but it's okay. Just stay calm. I'm the winner.
Yeah, you're just doing it and make them feel sorry that they lost and just like they have to work harder.
And you said, like when you're competing, it's like completing each other's.
Right.
How does because the more competitive a game can be, regardless of what game, it's beneficial for both, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you gain the knowledge of different things through the game. So competition, again, is not a thing. A failure is the one that teaches you how to move forward. Some people, they take it very negative when they fail. But no, I would say that's the thing that has to motivate you, because I love failures. It's like my adrenaline. Like when I have the worst time in my life, that's where my best time coming, because I try to push myself after the failure more than anything. Because when I'm in my comfort zone, it's like, okay, everything is perfect. Then again, you go down. So you constantly need things to compete, but not in a negative way, in a very positive way. So not destroying another person mentally.
How is the positive way of dealing with failure? And how do most people deal with failure? And then how is a better way of dealing with failure?
Most people, they get, that's what I've seen, that most people, they get very depressed with a failure. It is depressing. I won't say we are human beings. We are allowed to have the feelings. We are allowed to have different feelings. Yeah, we are allowed to love, hate, whatever. Yeah, we are human beings. Again, it's like your choice how you want to feel. So when the other person fall down, that they feel like sometimes they're very aggressive, very dismotivated. They don't believe in tomorrow. So that's where you need to encourage the others. That's where you need to be supportive. Yes, he lost, but like he's going through already some crisis, right? Because he lost the game. So you don't be a aggressive part of the game that he will hate his life or
But
she.
with yourself, how do you deal with failure?
I actually call for failures. I love to fail because I know that I'm becoming a stronger person with that. So, for example, my company is going through a lot. And I'm trying to find a solution how to, again, stand up and move forward. And there are the ways of going through, but then I was like, okay, now I am falling and I will be destroyed. So that's like an alarm for me that wakes me up that, hey, you are at the bottom. Now you need to wake up. Because the process is so painful that you don't realize when you need to wake up. You're just like going down, you're sinking. And then again, the most important part is that when you wake up and when you're standing up again and moving forward, because we are not robots. Emotions are taking way away from our reality, right? So for some people, maybe that's nothing, but for me personally, that's everything. So I decided to level up and do something bigger in my life. And so I made it. And I'm very proud of myself because I always try to grab the things from the top. I like this now. Like, I've been climbing from the beginning. I was falling from the middle. So now I'm feeling I'm at the top and I don't have to climb again. So I like to grab the things from top. So it's like kind of.
How important do you feel for you to keep a good circle around you?
It is very important because it plays a very important role in your life with whom you're hanging with. I really made my circle extremely small. I made my circle I have probably nobody left around me because it's very important. The way they're thinking is not me anymore. I grew up. They are somewhere there again. So that doesn't help me in any way. So friends is you need to get rid of them at some point if they don't really move with you. I love you. You're my friend. I've been there for you and I will be there for you. But we will not be around with each other anymore.
Why? How does that impact you, let's say, negatively, if you hang around with people who have different mindsets?
Yeah, well, some people getting jealous that I've noticed. And all they spread is a hate. And they spread very negative energies around me. They are never supportive. Never. Like, these days it's very hard to find someone who supports you.
How do those comments come out?
You really want to know the scenarios, like what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe what happened to me was that I had a group of friends, and when you succeed, you're just like happy, and you want to share your happiness with others. And they were always giving me very negative words. Yeah, whatever. Some other people did it too, so it's not a big deal. So that was like for me a very.
But were they always like that, or there was a
couple of times, and then I gave up on them.
You became the successful one. Now they started.
When I became successful, and then we get a chance to hang out, and they talk about, oh, hey, look at that. She's on Forbes cover. She's this and that. She's my friend. And this is very sad today that people puts a value on you on a friendship. Depends on your Instagram followers, or if you're verified or no, or who you are. when I was in LA, I was in one of the events, and the one girl was asking me, "Oh, can I have your Instagram?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And she was like, she followed me, and then she unfollowed me. I was like, what was that? And then my friend told me that, yeah, she doesn't follow people who is not verified and who doesn't have a lot of followers. And I'm like, okay, that's
Sorry.
crazy. But that's happening here. I mean, that was direct message, but here it's happening in very indirect way. Like, I've been in the crowds that they don't care about you, who you are. As humble as you are, as kind as you are, maybe you have more money than they have. Maybe you have more success than they have. But like, they judge you on a social media.
On social media presence.
Yeah, like, come on now. Like,
why do you think that happened? Like, to people?
Because it influenced a lot of people. It is now everyone lives through social media.
But you don't think, like, okay, now it's probably TikTok and Instagram. These are the main social media platforms. But previously, maybe there were other platforms. So do you think it's because of social media now, or is it something in the way humans are?
Yeah, I mean, social media is influencing them. And it's again your choice. You will be influenced or no. Me personally, I never judge a person through Instagram, never, or through TikTok. I don't care, because I know a couple of them. They're super nice and very trying to rub themselves in a very nice rubs in social media, but in personality, they're horrible people. They are. So I know them. I know some of them, and they are talking about supporting other people in social media, and in real life, they're not as same as you see in there.
Okay.
So for me, that's fading the feelings that I have towards to the social media. That I try to not to be active, because that's what's like giving me a lot of anxiety. Because you want or no, it affects you. It affects your daily routine. All those beautiful models, or all those beautiful cars and like material things that doesn't even probably exist in a real world, is completely different than social media. So just like,
How important do you feel is network?
network is very important. 99% of your business is depending on networking. You cannot build anything without having the right people around you. So, that's the number one thing. You have to have a networking, but not that type of networking that is going to drain you. No, you need to have your level networking, where you stand. You need to always have people that they are better than you, higher position than you, having more money than you have, having a better life than you have, because that's what motivates you, right?
And that's where you feel they add value to you, like you learn
Yeah.
from them. And
Yes, I like to always be with the people that they are better than me, of course, because that's where I learn. I learn from them because they have more experience than I have. And if I want to become somebody, I have to have the right people around me. You cannot do it alone. It's just impossible.
And do you feel like some people do have people around them that maybe have better mindsets, but it's not adding value to them? They're not benefiting. They're not growing from it. Why do you think that happens?
Probably they have different priorities in their life. They don't really concentrate on their growth. And they have different values in their life. So maybe they have a great mindset, but they're using it in different field. You never know, because like not everyone can be a successful businessman. Not everyone can be a great tennis player or soccer player, or everyone has their own path.
We all have our strengths, but how do you look at dealing with your weaknesses?
Dealing with my weaknesses.
Yeah.
Well, it's really fun. It is fun because you try to overcome the things, right? Like when you are weak in something, it means that you have a fear of doing something. So when you have a fear is the horrible feeling. When you fear of the things, that's what stops you to move forward. So if you have the mindset that nothing will stop me and I can overcome on anything, so then you try to fight the fear, and that's a lot of fun. Trust me.
Why are you linking it with fun?
Because that's you getting joy out of it when you overcome something, right? So let's say you have a fear of heights, right? Just simple example. And you try, you don't have to jump from the anywhere. You just can try to stare down and then think of there is nothing to fear. You're standing, you're not flying. You don't fear of the things that you are not facing. Yeah. So like I overcome that fear kind of standing on the top of the building, looking down like an hours and hours. That's it. I've never afraid now of that.
I've never looked at it that way, but it makes perfect sense. I can relate to it. It's not like I'm not scared of heights, but I cannot describe the thrill that I get out of cliff jumping. I love cliff jumping. If I go on any trip, even in my country in Oman, I've always loved cliff jumping. I jump off a mountain to the water. I do get scared, and I feel the fear, all of that. And when I jump, I can't describe the thrill, the rush that I get out of it.
So you like the process?
Yes.
But me, I don't like it. Like, I don't like the process. It's like jumping from somewhere. It doesn't give me a pleasure. But if that gives you pleasure.
But you linked it with overcoming.
Right.
Your fears.
Right.
The challenge.
You have to go through.
You linked it with fun.
Yeah.
So basically, if there's no fear involved, if it's not challenging, then it's boring.
It is boring.
Where is the big deal there? Where's the excitement there? And it doesn't matter if it's easy for someone else. What really matters if it's really hard for you to do it.
Exactly.
And only you know how this was hard for you to overcome. And some people can come and tell you like, oh, mashallah, you're very natural in this. It comes easy for you.
But that's not easy. See, for you, maybe it's easy to jump because there are the instructors, they are jumping daily 10 times. But like for me, I can't even dare to do it once. So yeah, that's true.
Okay, on a final note.
Okay.
What is the impact you want to leave behind you?
I really want to tell all the women out there that there is nothing to fear. Get out. You're strong. You have values in this world, and don't be afraid of making steps forward because you never know if you don't do it. If you don't face the things, you will never know. So don't be afraid of the failures because that makes you strong. And keep growing and keep climbing. You will get there. I guarantee you. Yeah. That's the thing I would like to say, that when I'll be probably old, I want to look back and I want people to say that, yeah, that woman actually did that most of the people couldn't. And like we moved with her path, and to be as strong as I am, because facing the daily challenges that I face through the day is just sometimes I cannot bear it. It's extremely painful, and you just have to face it and go through it. Then again and again, that's the life. That's the joy of the life. So, but it doesn't have to kill you. Keep growing and keep glowing. So that's all I say all the time.
I like that one. Keep growing and keep glowing.
Yes.
Well, I want to give you your flowers while you're here.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate you being on this show. I'm sure a lot of people got some perspective, I hope, from
I hope too.
The discussions. Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me again.